your guy, Pat McAfee, signing with ESPN, at what point did you realize how talented he was as a podcast host, radio host?
Man, listen, with P-Mac. Matter of fact, shout out to P-Mac for signing with ESPN. But P-Mac just breaking down barriers, man. That's all. P-Mac, so you want to talk about really believing and trusting yourself? You leave football and you play punter. And you could have played for 20 years. I'm talking to as P-Mac. P-Mac could have played for 20 years.
Yeah.
Just putting the ball. Man, say, no, I see the future. I see something called a podcast. And while TV was thriving, cable networks was thriving, P-Mac said, no, I see the future. I really believe in me. So let me go ahead and get me and my 4 homeboys, and we about to do this podcast, and we gonna see where this takes us. And this is what y'all scared of. This is what I'm running into. If I'm a betonline.ag, I'm gonna bet on myself. And that's exactly what P-Mac said. I'm betting on myself. I don't know how long it's gonna take for y'all to catch up. But once y'all catch up, my resume gonna be so good they're gonna have to pay me. And this man had messed around and signed with ESPN. Now he already got a $100 million deal somewhere else. Now I don't even know what this deal is with P-Mac, but I have a son. And when I tell my son to betonline.ag and bet on yourself, because you didn't put in the work and you're going to reap the benefits down the line, it's going to take 7 to 8 years. I've been saying, bro, when you bet on yourself, it's going to be some struggles. It's going to take 7 to 8 years, bro. I'm saying, just look at your daddy. Like your daddy bet on himself when he was 7 years old, 8 years old. And he wound up making it to where he made it, but he put in the work. And all P-Mac doing now is just reaping the benefits. You can't see no better entertainment on TV, no personality, no charisma, nobody being himself but P-Mac. P-Mac is one of a. This is what my mama gave me for my birthday a couple of years ago. P-Mac is one of a kind. That's exactly what he is. So shout out to P-Mac, man. Shout out to P-Mac, just breaking down doors, breaking down barriers.
What's incredible about him, Ike, is his ability to make people comfortable on his show. And this happened last week when Omar Khan goes on his program and the news breaks that they're signing Mitch Trubisky to a contract extension. I've seen him do this multiple times where news is broken on his show just based on his ability to make people feel comfortable, like they're chit-chatting at, say, a barbershop or a bar on a couch watching a game.
Yeah. You just said it. You just said it best. You know, for us as males, we talk about barbershop. When you at the barbershop, you just chopping it up. For me, it would be the cigar lounge. When I'm at a cigar lounge, make sure y'all go to howardgcigars.com and check out this line of cigars. But when you just at a cigar lounge or barbershop, you just Mark, we was there. So when you had them two establish from a male perspective, it's a vacation. Mentally, it's a mental vacation. And for people to go on P-Mac show, it's a mental vacation. He's a hell of a host. You know, you go back to restaurants because of the hospitality. And it feels like Cheers. Everybody know your name. Even if they don't know your name, when you leave, you can't wait to go back. That's P-Mac show. So that's why everybody, when they get on there, they get out their element. They're in their own zone, but P-Mac make them feel that kind of way. That says a lot about P-Mac.
Well, even hosts or guests you've had that are very polished too, Ike, where it's just like the authenticity is what rings through to me. He's totally himself.
Tank top, cut off jean shorts. That's his gear on his show. And when he get to talk,
either, Ike, you can't forget the chain either.
When he get to talk with the chain, when he get to talking, it's like that's. You know how somebody just walk in. You know how somebody go to a party and they just walk in and they just take over the whole party. They ain't even trying to. They just take over. You know how somebody just walk in a wedding and they just take over the whole wedding. Like you can't give P-Mac. P-Mac got to get the microphone at the end of a wedding to talk about his homeboy, because if he get the mic at the beginning, you don't even want to go behind P-Mac. That's just his personality. Like he got to catch the mic at the end. That's P-Mac. He ain't even trying. That's a God-given talent. Like P-Mac just make everybody feel comfortable on the show, and he ain't even trying it. He's getting paid for it. He deserves every penny.
Congrats to him, and congrats to you too, because Ike, especially when that show was early on, you have been a consistent guest of that program. And it's amazing because I have friends and family that reach out to me and they say, "Oh, I saw Ike on PMAC show." So that growth, like, you helped contribute to as well, Ike. So I see it as there's a lot of hands and people that help us as well with our show. And it's just like you're a part of that too, Ike. You're part of that growth and developing the Pat McAfee Show into what it is today.
I mean, teamwork made the dream work. I appreciate the kind compliment. But, hey, man, if y'all watching Bleav and Steelers podcast and y'all checking out Mark and I, I'm telling y'all, we see it before it happened. So all the fans, all the viewers, anybody always watching, we're talking about something in the off season and it wind up happening during the season. See, this is what I like about Mark and I, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It don't take a season. It don't take for us to go during the football season to know what's about to happen during the football season. So make sure y'all just lock in to Bleav in Steelers podcast and check out Bergin now, because we see it before it happens.